Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving into a massive financial decision that a lot of people in Japan are grappling with. Should you take your public pension early? Get that money in your pocket now, even if it's a bit less, or wait it out for the full amount later. Let's break down both sides of this.
So imagine this is you. This isn't just some thought experiment, right? It's a choice with real, lifelong consequences. And to help us unpack it, we're actually looking at a formal debate that happened on this exact topic. So let's see how the arguments stack up.
All right, first up, the case for yes. Let's talk about why grabbing that cash sooner might feel like the right move. This is all about what you need right now, your quality of life, and getting a bit more freedom.
So the people who argue for this say, look, for a lot of folks, especially if savings are low, getting that money early gives you some much-needed breathing room. But what's really fascinating is this idea of the healthy lifespan. The thinking is, why wait? Use the money for travel, for hobbies, for family while you're still healthy enough to really truly enjoy it. It's a pretty powerful argument for living your life to the fullest, right now.
And this isn't just some fringe idea. Get this. In Japan, about 27% of people on the national pension are already doing this. They're choosing to take the money early. That's more than a quarter of everyone. It really tells you that for a huge number of people, the immediate need for cash just feels more urgent than the risks down the road.
Okay, so let's flip the coin. Let's look at the case for no. This whole argument is basically built on one single powerful fear. What if you outlive your money?
The whole point here is that what feels like a short-term win can turn into a really dangerous long-term problem. I mean, we're all living longer these days, right? So the single biggest financial risk you face in retirement is running out of savings. Waiting for that full pension is kind of like your best insurance policy against that, especially with all the unpredictable medical bills that can pop up later in life.
So, what's the actual trade-off? Let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets real. If you decide to claim your pension at age 60, which is the earliest you can, your payments can be cut by up to 24%. And here's the kicker, that reduction is permanent. It's a lifelong pay cut that you can never, ever get back. All right, so this is where it all comes together. This is the heart of the debate, really, where we pit the needs you have right now against the security you might need way down the line. The first big clash is all about timing. The yes side is saying, hey, for people who are struggling, today's bills are the real crisis. But the no side fires back with, okay, but does it make sense to solve today's problem by creating a potentially much bigger one for yourself when you're 80 or 90? It's a tough one. Next up, it's a battle over what quality of life even means. Is it about guaranteeing yourself some enjoyment right now while you know you're healthy enough to do that trip you've always dreamed of? Or is it more about the peace of mind you get from knowing you have a solid safety net for whatever healthcare costs might come your way in the future?
And if we zoom out a bit, this isn't just a personal choice. It has a wider economic impact, too. The yes side sees it as a short-term stimulus. More people with money in their pockets, spending it at local businesses. But the no side worries that this creates a long-term drag on the economy, with a whole generation of retirees having less to spend for decades.
So like I said, the source material for this was an actual debate, with a judge, arguments, the whole shebang. And that means there was a clear winner. So let's see who won, and more importantly, what that really means for you when you're making this choice. And the verdict is in. In the formal debate that we've been following, the judges gave the win to the no side. That's right, the argument against claiming your pension early was declared the victor. So, why did they win? Well, according to the judge, it came down to consistency. The no side just kept hammering home the irreversible, lifelong consequences. Their argument was apparently more structured, more based on the hard numbers, and really drilled down on the dangers of a smaller income when you're living longer than ever. It was just an easier case to follow. But, and this is probably the most important point of this whole thing. Just because one side won a debate, that doesn't mean it's the right answer for you. Your life isn't a debate club. What works on paper as the most logical argument isn't always the best choice for a real person in a real-life situation. So in the end, what this all boils down to is a really personal calculation. It leaves you with this one powerful question to ask yourself. It's a trade-off, plain and simple. The certainty of today versus the uncertainty of tomorrow. And that's a decision that honestly goes way beyond any debate.